The devil's competence and accomplishments. When rhetoric turns into reason, then predicates turn into heathens. And the wolves in Connecticut is seasoned. Soon after disease will follow. I'm the same nigga that the D's would follow. Marlowe, my fam moving trees like hollow. Before they seize the Gallardo. We're from Pablo, hopping out Diablos. Designer robes, dark side of the moon like the China probes. Believe it or not, my mind is all Wrigley's. Believe it or not, my mind on the big leagues. Ice Cube with the big three. Vine in the fig tree. Man on the big bees. Moving back in time like the Frisbees. Shout out to my brother Cambada. I can't go without saying how much I respect you, bro, and appreciate you. You know, that brother has been there for me musically like a big brother ever since we met. And, you know, he's one of the reasons why I feel that my craft is improving. So I just want to say shout out to Cambada. He was there when I recorded Bill Bixby. Well, he was, you know, I was in the studio with him when I made that. And you know, I just look forward to finishing this project, Scorpion King 2. I think it's tentatively entitled American Gods. And you know, it's gonna be huge, you know what I mean? It's gonna be beautiful. Thank you everybody for coming back in. As you know, YouTube has you know, they have they got games that they play, you know, and you know, it is what it is. They're very sensitive about topics these days. They've been cutting people's live in mid-live if they talk about vaccines and stuff like that. So you already know that they're monitoring. You already know that they have, you know, certain agendas at play. We're not gonna play crazy and dumb. You feel me? We're not gonna play like we don't know what digital censorship is all about, but we're not gonna play the victims, and we're not gonna play scaredy cats, and we're not gonna play, you know, we're not gonna play run and hide and whatnot. So if they freeze the live, we just start a next one. You know what I'm talking about? The shit is free. If they freeze the live, we start a next one until we get the information out and we get our story to the family, because y'all more important than this bullshit that they be trying to do. You know what I'm talking about? You know? I'm gonna let y'all fill in though. Cause somebody go into the chat room of the last live and tell them that we in this live, cause they might be in the last live waiting for you know, waiting for the show to start. You know what I'm talking about? Salute to you, brother Sid. You know, yeah. We're gonna play a little. We're gonna play Bill Bixby while we wait for y'all to come in. You know. Snaps to the rockets, for the love of the chopsticks. Ran up from the plug, then I pop shit. Faced with immeasurable odds, some of you niggas found pleasure in God. Yeah, it's on Google Play. They treasure their jobs, athletic build, moving with purpose, tapped in a magnetic fields, moving with serpents. Took my brokers a stroker, Al Roker, couldn't predict the storms that followed, the porn that followed. Same a tree that formed for Rollo. We made it rain and it burnt money. Bentley truck, interior burnt honey. Anyway, I take respect over riches any day. I take neck from your bitches any day. Penny weight, that's a neck full of riches any street. Shifting through paradigms, the color of Geechee Dan. Drifting through the Carolines. Color in the Geechee Gucci land, time will tell. We move around the 33rd parallels, like Coney Island carousels. Fell asleep in Roswell, woke up in Cozumel. Pyramid hopping, chariot shopping. #1 seller, author of conscious fiction. Composition, confidence driven. Continent drifting, a walking contradiction with a contra addiction. Brooms and mops, Mr. Clean, we conquer the kitchen. Facts and fiction, contrary to popular predictions. Red kettle, popping your prescriptions, stopping your addictions. Yeah, bitch, I'm with the hoes. Black magic, yeah, bitch, I'm with the souls. Anything goes, cooking in Brooklyn, cocaine push.
All right. We're gonna get right into it. You know, it's all good. If the family doesn't really know that the live is going on, when we upload it, they'll be able to participate and get the part 2. But we were talking about this moon. Let me get the information about the moon out the way. Then we'll talk about the Nick Cannon thing, and then we'll call it the day, because you know it's a Friday afternoon, and you know the train don't stop. We just taking a pause real quick to update the family and fulfill our obligations for Third Eye Thursday, and you know, and we're gonna keep it moving. We might do a live tomorrow. What's going on with Nick Cannon? Nothing. We filmed with Nick Cannon in Atlanta yesterday for the Sabi documentary. Shout out to Mr. G, who's like Mr. G is like a guardian angel. Mr. G has a book coming out in July called His Last Days with Dr. Sabi. Mr. G is one of Dr. Sabi's right hands and whatnot, and he was with Sabi his last 4 years and whatnot. And Mr. G captured about 400 hours of Dr. Sabi speaking in private, in confidence, with Mr. G. He has the real documentary. Like Mr. G could put out a documentary right now with just in Sabi's words. You know what I mean? He has archive. He has what they call digital gold. So Mr. G is a producer on the Dr. Sabi documentary with Nick Cannon, and this is the yesterday. This is Scorpio. This is the Scorpio blue flower moon in real life. This is how it works. This is the retrograde working. This is Pluto, which is expansion. This is Pluto working. There's an expansion taking place as a result of linking up with Nick Cannon. There's an expansion taking place. You understand what I'm saying? There's a resurrection taking place. Dr. Sabi, who's in the ancestor realm, that's dealing with death and whatnot, there's a resurrection. He's getting a whole nother life with his documentary. They're going to breathe a whole nother life, and he's going to live again. People are like, how do you live again? You live again in this quote-unquote world that we live in, or this plane of existence that we exist in, by way of your works being edified and documentaries. That's how you can live again, through your documentaries, through your movies, through what you put down in the arts and in the world of either the arts or the sciences. This is how you can live again. Steve Jobs, he lived again when they launched a new Apple product. When Apple continues to put out new products, Steve Jobs lives again in the Apple product. You know what I'm talking about? When somebody documentary comes out, like if Nipsey's Hustle, his song that DJ Khaled just released called Higher, he lives again. He put the video out, he lives again. You understand? That's how he lives again. He's been resurrected through the video, because I was crying watching the video on with him and DJ Khaled, because in the first verse he's talking about his family. And he sounds like he's very happy with his life. You understand? And he's speaking about his accomplishments and the fact that his son just turned 2 and his daughter turned 10 and all of that. And that shit, it just broke me down. You know what I mean? It just broke me down, because, you know, it still hurts. It's still sad. You know what I'm saying? It's still sad. But he was resurrected by that. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. We don't gotta, shit is not pseudo and it's not mad deep either. It's just simple shit. Like we get resurrected by when people see new footage of us or hear new things for us or listening to music that we recorded when they have posthumous albums and whatnot, those artists live again. Tupac was living again through his posthumous works, right? That's why he became the highest seller in hip hop's history because of his posthumous works. So by him resurrecting through his posthumous works, people ran and purchased those albums and supported him and basically, you know, made him the number one artist in the genre. So God will rise. God is rising. But when God rises, how does it play out on earth? What does it look like? You know what I'm talking about? When they say God will rise, cool, that shit sounds good. What does it look like on the planet when they're moving pieces around and kicking doors down and making shit happen? I'm here to say, beyond any reasonable doubt, you know what I'm talking about? The Sabi is working his magic, his Sagittarian magic from the ancestor realm. If you put Sabi on your shrine and burn a candle, and you put Sabi on your shrine and you feed him, don't feed him no carrots, don't feed him no garlic, don't feed him no hybrids. Feed him some sea moss. You understand? Feed him some baobab. Feed him some superfoods. He'll work for you. It's the same thing I told y'all with Saint Nip. Go put you a blue candle on your altar and talk to the homie. Talk to neighborhood. That's Saint Nip. He's gonna work for you. You play with it if you want to. They working together on the ancestor realm. They're more powerful on the ancestor realm than they were in their finite existence as human beings, because there's certain things that you can't do as a spiritual being, and when you're encapsulated inside of this fucking body. This is a husk. This is not like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't, you know, the cloth is what it is, but don't fall in love with your avatar, okay? It's a fucking spacesuit. It's not, you know what I mean? You know, it might be the Bentleys of all spacesuits, but it's still a spacesuit nonetheless. You know what I mean? And you don't get caught up in this, because what's inside of you, that animated spirit that animated this husk, the same spirit that leaves your body and this shit turns into motherfucking fertilizer. That animated spirit, that might be you. You know what I'm talking about? That might be the magic part of you. When that spirit animates the body, you become bigger than life. That's why when Sabi walked into a room, he was bigger than life. Somebody say, yeah, how do you do the CMOS? If you put a CMOS on the altar, you might want to get it in its gelatin, and you might want to get it in its gelatinous stages, or you might want to get it in its raw stage. When it's before you boil the, you know what I mean? Just put the regular CMOS on the shrine before you boil that bitch. You feel me? And just put it on the shrine. You understand? Anyone who you lost. You know, God bless up to everybody. Condolences to anybody who lost a loved one. Anyone who you lost, I don't care if it was 100 years ago, put them on that shrine. Put them on that altar. Get you some of these stones. Find out their birthstone, right? What are their birthstones? Find out their birthstone, or whatever stone they resonated with. Some people walked around with amethyst. Some people like quartz. Some people, you know, was wearing, you know, certain jewelry and whatnot with stones and whatnot. And put that on your altar, on your shrine, some water, burn that candle, and speak to them like you would be talking to them if they were in front of you. Don't get all biblical. Don't try to sound like, and then, don't get your fucking preacher voice, and then, good brother. Like, don't be fake. Like, don't fake it. Be real. If you was cursing when that person was alive, be like, what up, my nigga? If that's how you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? You know, do that. Don't do the fake fucking, you know, MLK cadence. That's not needed. You don't have to put on that mask to talk to the ancestors. They're going to smack the shit out of you for being fake. Okay? So Don't you know? You don't have to please them like that. They're not your fucking boss. You don't got to get sorry to bother you on the ancestors. All right, they know that you know what I mean, nigga. They know about you. They know who you are. So Nick Cannon, Nick Cannon is a great brother. You know when you could feel somebody's aura. He got a good aura. He knew who we were, right? He knew who Red and Blue was. He was familiar with us. Immediately he said that he's gonna get us on masterclass. Yo, I gotta get y'all on a masterclass. Oh man, I'm glad I met up with y'all. I gotta put y'all on a masterclass. So that was a conversation. He's very much, very invested in getting this story told, right? He's learning about Sabi every day by people who know him closest, and by the research that the research team is doing. I don't know if this was the first filming to start off the documentary, but if this is not the first filming, this was the second filming. And he's projected to be finished in September. Okay? So he's going to be filming a plethora of people, okay? Family members, friends, people who were inspired, people who were affiliated. Because one thing about Dr. Sabi is he's an icon, but he's not just an icon. The people who he came across, the people who he influenced, and the people who he touched when he was alive, they're icons as well. You know what I'm talking about? He belonged to a distinguished group of icons. This is something that you find amongst great people. They don't walk alone. Great people don't necessarily walk alone. They walk with other great people. So that's the power of documentaries. Tell your story. Look at what I got. It says one line a day, right? This is what they call a 5-year memory book, right? A 5-year memory book. I got this in Los Angeles from I think it's called the Last Bookstore on Earth or something. It's right there in downtown LA. And I don't got every single day written down, but I'm writing down key shit. You know what I mean? Because who knows if the brother has amnesia 20 years from now? Who knows if I forget what the fuck happened on this particular day? But I'm in the process of documenting my life. I'm in the process of telling my story because I don't want that nigga to tell it for me. So I'm setting up cameras. I be talking to cameras and going through certain kind of time periods and whatnot because we need to individually tell our story because some of us have the greatest story never told. And if something unfortunate happens to one of us, it's left up to the interpretation of either your friends, your baby mamas, niggas that was around you. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't think that they'll get the story straight. I don't think that they'll get the story straight. So you got to put, if there's anything that you put on your own shoulders, it should be telling your own story. So everybody should be in the process of documenting and being their own biographer. Tell your story. Tell your story. If you have a part to play in some historic shit, tell your story. Make sure you get your story out. Don't wait for nobody to do it for you because you may become an unsung hero, right? And the African ancestors and the American ancestors and the Kemetic ancestors, they were all about edifying their ancestors, and they were also about saying their names and not letting their names be forgotten. And they were also about putting up points while they were here, immortalizing their spirit while they were here. Yeah, you're right. Nobody can tell your story better than you. Don't fall for the okie doke, nigga. Tell your story. I promise you, if you don't want your shit to get whitewashed and rewritten and remixed, and somebody who wasn't that serious in your life act like they was mad serious in your life, like, oh yeah, you Scorpion King, oh, I helped Red Pill write that. Liar. Shit like that. You don't want that. So tell your own story. Say who you don't want at your funeral. Shit like that. You know what I mean? You got to put all of this shit down because I seen it with my own eyes on different occasions. It's when you die, that's when niggas come out and rewrite your life. It's when you die, that's when niggas come out and act like they was doing like they was shooting in the gym. It's when you die. It's safe for the snakes to come slithering, right? That's when they pick at your carcass. Talk about culture vultures, nigga. Our culture got mad vultures because what our culture is famous for is when a nigga die, niggas start coming out of the woodworks picking on a carcass, trying to see what piece of the bones they could take with them. That's our death culture that we belong to. Niggas is necromancers in black culture based off of the fact that we're under the Christian spell. You know what I mean? We're under that Christian spell. So we have been reared and we have been taught since we were little through Christianity to only revere one another after the crucifixion, after the death, after the motherfucking after the spirit went up. Not when you're alive though. Not when you're alive. It's not that's not what our culture promotes. We don't big each other up when we're alive. We don't hail each other up. We don't support each other. We're not ride or dying with each other while we're here. But everybody's your best friend when you're not. Necromancy. Niggas want to make love to your corpse. Necromancy. These niggas are necromancers, meaning that they love death. This is a death culture. They love death. Okay? They only are comfortable with you when you are gone because you pose no threat. As long as niggas can big you up and be like, oh, that was my mans in them, they'll ride your wave. You're not a threat anymore. They're just going to eat off of your energy. Death culture. Okay? Death culture. Not a pro-life culture. That's why niggas is so pro-abortion. We're a death culture. Niggas is not about life. That's why you so LBGT'd out and everything. Death culture. Romanistic. Roman antics. Sodom and Gomorrah type thing. So, Scorpio full moon. What to do tonight? Tonight is gonna release a lot of sexual energy. I don't want to scare you and whatnot, and I don't want to act all, like I'm horny or something, because I'm not, But this moon is gonna represent a release of a lot of sexual inhibitions. They even suggesting that you try out some new sexual positions tonight. You know what I'm talking about? That's the influence of this Scorpio full moon and blue flowers blossoming. You feel me? This is going to be a very sexually charged moon. So you might got bae. You might be looking for one. I don't know what your deal is. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with you. But do what you need to do to tap into that energy. I don't promote masturbation and shit like that. I don't think that that's something that, I should be promoting. But, shit, don't go out and take no box. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, if you don't got something to rub on, you might have to, it might be you and Paul Meta tonight. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not promoting it, but hey, shit happens, right? So this is about manifesting, right? This is about manifestation. This is about bringing some shit into the world that doesn't exist. This is about knowing that the universe is conspiring for your success. This is not about what the white man is trying to do to you. This is not about what you can't do. This is not about none of that. This is about the possibilities are endless and you could do whatever the fuck you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. That's what this Scorpio shit is about. Resurrection. I don't care if you downtrodden and you don't got a penny to your name and, and none of your pieces are hitting. You know what I'm talking about? And all of that pity party shit. That's what this moon is here to help clear up. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Get out of your own way. You know what I mean? You're in your own way. Move out of the way and let your higher self take over. Do some meditation. You want to pop a shroom or something? Nigga, do that. If I was in Atlanta right now, I would be participating in the ayahuasca ceremony, but I couldn't stay because I have obligations in New York. So I missed out on that. But that's what I would have been doing, howling at the motherfucking moon like a dog, right? Underneath the influence of granddaddy, grandma, some ayahuasca, going through all kind of emotions and shit like that. Throwing up, I might shit on myself. Who knows? Because you don't know what's gonna happen when you do the ayahuasca. I'm just here to let you know, like, you don't know. Shit could take over. You could be throwing up. You could curl into a little ball. You know what I mean? Or you could just hold it down. You could be centered. You could be centered. You never know. You know what I mean? But what we do know is that that's a way to heal. And what we do know is that that's a way for you to get in touch with some higher realms. That's what we know. We don't speculate on that. We know this. Okay? Even when it comes to the magic mushrooms, Dr. Sabi gave me magic mushrooms in early 2000s. That was my first time trying it out. It was a great experience. It's not acid. It's not made out in a lab. It's not a hallucinogenic. You feel me? It helped. It helped me with a little bit of stress. It actually helped lift me up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, is that what Crowley was doing? I don't know what Crowley was doing. Can't tell you what Crowley was doing. I don't know. Crowley was doing all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Crowley was doing Crowley was doing anal sex with other men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas is on your Crowley shit. You're following Crowley. So I don't know what Crowley was doing, but you had to let me know. The DMT, I haven't done that, and I'm not going to necessarily say that I will do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, magic mushrooms, psilocybin, magic mushrooms. It was I didn't even eat the cap. I ate the stem. Dr. Stamy gave me a Ziploc with mad different caps and whatnot. And no, I did eat the cap. Let me rephrase. I did eat the cap that time. I ate the cap and the stem. And I watched a movie called Final Fantasy, which was a video game that they turned into a movie. And I promise you, it felt like my eyeballs had hands on it because I was feeling, I'm into graphic artists and CGI and everything. Like I was feel my eyes, picture if your eyes had hands on it and you can feel dope shit. So I'm watching some dope shit and I'm looking at it, but I can actually feel it with my eyes like it was my hands. And I started crying tears of joy because it just felt beautiful to me. And I was smiling so much that the next day my cheeks were sore because I was cheesing because I was happy. You feel me? So that's what was going on. You know? That's exactly what was going on with the magic mushrooms, and I by way of Dr. Sabi when he blessed me with it, and it was a dope ass trip. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope trip. Like I said, it wasn't a hallucination. It wasn't some dope fiend shit where I'm in the corner. It wasn't he be you know how people be eating edibles and you fit in the shit your blood gets high, you get high from inside. It wasn't that. The edible eating an edible fucked me up more than eating a mushroom. How about that? Like I lost more control of my bodily functions under an edible that I did when I ate a mushroom cap. That shit just what it did was it enhanced my five senses. I could hear better, I could see better, I could smell better, I could taste better. And not only did I could taste, like I said, I could hear thoughts. Like I could hear shit real good. And I could whatever I was seeing that was beautiful, right? That's why it always pays to have a muse. Fellas, what is a muse? A muse is a beautiful woman. It always pays to have muses around you. Why? Because one of the things about beauty is beauty inspires, right? So you even got gay men, right? Like Andy Warhol. I think Basquiat was a gay, right? But I know Andy Warhol, he had muses around him. Gianni Versace, he was a gay man. He surrounded himself though with beautiful women because beauty, right, is a direct fingerprint of the gods, right? That's God's creation. And what beauty does is beauty pulls out the best in you. That's why you have painters who have beautiful women as muses, and they don't even paint the women. It's not, the women aren't necessarily being painted nude. They may just have shorties sitting over there butt naked and whatnot while they painting some abstract shit. But they look at the woman, oh my goodness, ugh, you're inspiring me. And then they get the inspiration to create. Not to say that she got to be naked. I'm just being Scorpion because the moon is here. But she could have a bodysuit on. She could have some lingerie. Nigga, she could have overalls on. It don't matter. You know, she could have a burlap jumpsuit. It don't matter. I'm saying that the power of the muse, like rappers in the studio, exactly. So modern day terms, how they do it on a knuckle dragger level. You got the rappers, and they invite mad bad shorties to the studio. They don't even have to be sexually involved with none of them. They're just muses. They help them, elevate them, make them feel good. Because remember, being enthusiastic is the beginning of the quote unquote manifestation cycle. That's how you manifest quicker, by being more enthusiastic about what it is that you're doing. And if anybody knows how a real alpha is gonna work, is gonna act around beautiful women, nigga, you're gonna act like a lion acts around a pride of lioness. Nigga, you're gonna show your motherfucking mane. Nigga, you know what I mean? You're gonna drag your mink. You feel me? You're gonna pop your collar. You're gonna show off a little bit. You're gonna spread your, you're gonna spread your feathers and whatnot, because you're going to, an alpha is gonna do what an alpha does. He's going to stimulate the women around him. And then they'll do vice versa. They're gonna send him that divine feminine energy, and that divine feminine energy is a creative energy. As an alchemist, you could take that sexual energy and you could use that for creation. Oh, I'm gonna go in the booth right now. I'm gonna mumble, my nigga. Hold on, look at Shorty with the, you know what I'm saying, with the face tat and whatnot. Her nipples are hard. You know, that's inspiring me to go mumble some. I'm gonna go mumble the hook. Hold on. The nipples are hard. The nipples are hard. I be in the yard. Word to God. The nipples are hard. On the boulevard. Selling are hard. The nipples are hard. Like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They just tap in based off of the influence that they get from, their muses. So I was just encouraging my brothers out there, you know, learn, look into that. We don't have to have we don't I know, like I said, pardon me, I have to excuse myself, but I'm under the influence of the Scorpion moon right now, so I'm a little ratchet, okay? But you don't have to be in a sexual relationship with every bad woman on the planet. You know what I mean? That's not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna, you know, that's why this abortion shit is a problem. You can't have sex with everybody, fellas. You know what I mean? But what you can do is you can understand the dynamics of, having God around you, the dynamics of the divine feminine. Gay men understand that. They not trying to skeet. You know what I'm saying? That's the furthest thing in their mind. They not trying to hit nothing. You know what I'm saying? But they keep some badass women around them. Why is that? Because those women are their muses. You know what I mean? And they should be, yeah, your muse should be on call. Always have something to feed your muse, because women like to eat. You know what I mean? Sometimes the muses be needing something to eat. They be needing a motherfucking diner's card and whatnot to feed your muse. You know what I mean? Bring her some flowers. You feel me? And she'll do what she needs to do. She'll just pull up being cute. And that's all she needs to do. Real talk. You can't ask too much of the muse. Just show up with your lip gloss, with your motherfucking edges intact. You know what I mean? and just be cute so I could be creative, so I could be inspired, so I could be motivated. And that's what it is. Some of us are lucky enough and we got muses that's laying right next to us in our bed. You know what I mean? It's our boo, it's the bae. You know what I mean? Some people are that lucky, but some are not. You know what I'm saying? Some are not. Somebody said just show it with that lace front. Yo, if that's what works for you, you know, some of y'all like to see a woman casket fresh. Literally. You know what I mean? With the casket lace front, with the casket makeup. You know what I'm saying? With their face beat, looking like they're in a goddamn funeral parlor. You might like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's on you. You know, I like mines with baby hair. You know what I mean? I like mines with the wavy baby hair on the side. You know, with their edges intact. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what works for me. You know, or yeah, or I like the natural. You know, I like them with the naturals. You know, but so to reiterate what we were saying, this is Scorpio full moon tomorrow on Saturday. It's called the blue moon, the blue flower moon, because of the harvest season. April showers bring May flowers. So this is a blossoming, right? This is a blossoming, right? We have Pluto, but this Scorpio moon is going to be affected by the three planets that are in retrograde. I'm giving you the minimalistic breakdown. What you can do and what I encourage you to do is to go to Google when you finish viewing this and just go and put Scorpio full blue moon or Scorpio blue moon, and more information about it will pull up, so you could go ahead and your viewing reading pleasure, you could go ahead and gather more information, right? So Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn, Saturn is in retrograde, Jupiter is in retrograde in Sagittarius. Okay, three heavenly bodies are in the process of reflection, because retrograde represents reflection. Retrograde represents having a seat for a minute and looking within, right? Reflecting on things. Yesterday, I had to reflect on Dr. Sabi. Yesterday, I was in deep reflection because Nick Cannon and them were asking us questions about Dr. Sabi, and I had to go into my memory banks. I had to go and reflect, right? And go back into my when I was 10 years old. I had to go into my early childhood and whatnot. So I was in a state of reflection. Restructuring is also what's going to be taking place. Restructuring, okay? So some of us have relationships that need restructuring. Some of us have friendships that need restructuring. Some of us have situations in our business that need restructuring. This is the time to do it right now. Spiritual purging, okay? Letting go of some shit that don't work for you. If you got people around you who are feeding off of you, if you got people around you that don't respect you, that don't they're not, you know what I'm saying? They not doing what the fuck they should be doing, you know, to make shit right. Yeah, you might have to spiritually purge them. You know what I'm saying? It may be sudden, but this is the time. The window is open, my niggas. Jump out of it. Take advantage of this time, because if the window closes, you might not have time to spiritually purge somebody, or to, seasons and reasons. I believe in seasons and reasons. I believe that certain people are in your life for seasons and reasons. Now, everybody's not permanent. Some people come into your life for a reason. Some people only come into your life for a season. Nigga, your season is up. It's as simple as that. Sometimes the seasons come to a close, like the season finale of Game of Thrones. It's over after the next episode. It's done. The season is finished. There's no more Game of Thrones. So the season comes to an end. It's like the NBA Finals. When the finals is over, nigga, the season is over. Okay? It's over. It's no more NBA 2018/19 season. That will come to a close. The closure of a season. The reason why certain people are in your life is to either teach you something, you teach them something, you learn from them learn from you, wherever it may be, vice versa. That's the reasons. And you may be together for seasons, And then you got to keep it moving because you got work to do on other reasons and seasons. And we should be comfortable with that as a people. We should be comfortable with that as a generation. We should be comfortable with that as a culture, but we're not taught about seasons and reasons. So motherfuckers be hanging on for the wrong reasons. And they be extending their seasons when your season been up. You know what I'm talking about? Like you were here for the winter, ma. You you was the hibernation season. But now we're in blossoming season. The trees are blossoming. I got to go. I got to go. Talk black to me. No disrespect. No offense. I'm on my Bill Bixby. I'm hitting the road. Remember Incredible Hulk? Bill Bixby at the end of the episode? When he finished wrecking shit as the Hulk, that nigga would get his bag and he had to keep it moving. Seasons. Okay? While the other nigga, Mr. McGee, was on his tail. Remember Mr. McGee? He was on his tail. So Bill Bixby would have to keep it moving. David Banner, he would have to keep it moving and hit the road. Jack. Seasons and reasons. So release. Don't be afraid to release. Don't be afraid to cut the cord. Don't be afraid to keep it moving. Don't be afraid to level up. Don't be afraid to tell somebody, I love you, I respect you, but the buck stops here. No hard feelings. You know what I mean? I'm still supportive of you. If you ever need, you know what I'm saying? If you ever need, if you ever need some support, you know, you're good. You know what I mean? I'm here for you, but I gotta go because I'm starting anew. You know what I mean? I'm about to change clothes. I'm about to switch it up. I'm about to keep it schmoving. And that's what it is. That's seasons and reasons. Scorpio represents death and transformation. Okay? So the death of one thing could be the transformation of something. So when something dies, it's not a finite thing. It's not finished. It's not the last, it's not the end all be all. It's not the quote unquote, the hammer dropping and whatnot. Things can transform. Like case in point, Dr. Sebi's transition made him bigger than where he was when he was alive. Dr. Sebi's untimely transition has transformed him into somewhat of a icon, somewhat of a folk hero amongst black people. So he didn't hit when and he ascended. So in his death was his ascension. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. In his death was his ascension. You feel me? The people who love him, those people didn't love him when he was alive. How do I know? Because my grandmama, well, not my grandma, my daughter's grandmother, she didn't know who Nipsey was when he was alive, but she knows who he is when he died. So that's just one person. And she got love for him when he wasn't here. So times that by about 1 million or 2 or 3, and that's what I'm talking about. Death and transformation. That death is a transformative activity. It's not the end all, be all. How can I get you on my new music? You can hit me on my inbox on Instagram, L Filthmore, PHITHMOOR. That's just my government synthesized into one name, Philip Thomas Moreland. And that's my name. And it's L Filthmore, EL_Filthmore. Hit me on my DM and we'll build about it. Now, the full moons illuminates. So the full moons will be shining a light on your life. That's what this full moon is about. It's going to illuminate your life. It's going to shine the light on your life. It's going to turn the lights on. So pay attention to what is going to take place and don't be a victim. Don't stand under the goddamn victimhood, that big neon sign that says, look at stupid. You know what I mean? Don't stand under the fucking neon sign that says, look at me, I'm a victim. You don't want that. Stand under a victor sign. Are you a victor or are you a victim? You can't be both. Is this cosmic or is it conspiracy? It can't be both. You got to choose which one you're going to power yourself up with. What you know what I mean? What's your, you know, what jacket are you gonna wear today? A raincoat, nigga, or you gonna wear that chinchilla? What you gonna wear today? Hmm? You gotta make that decision. You get a better look at things and see life and relationships as they are. That's what going into deep meditation today will help you do. That's what going into deep meditation tomorrow will help you do. If you live near a spa, go to the spa. If you live near a body of water, get in the water. If you live near a sweat lodge, go to the lodge. If you know of any kind of spiritual ceremonies taking place this weekend in your city or your state, nigga, tap in. If you're in Atlanta, contact Chef Aki. Okay? Go on Instagram and holler at Chef Aki and be respectful. Okay? Because she's doing a ceremony this weekend. That's what you should be doing. Because you don't know when this opportunity is going to come back again. You don't know when it's going to come back around. You know what I'm saying? The shit is here now. You know, I took my time out to share this information because I think that there's somebody out there that's going to use it for their benefit. And if one person gets it and they use this for their benefit and they take advantage of this full moon and they manifest some shit that they never thought was possible, then mission accomplished. You don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? And I just wish you, you know, prosperity. You know what I'm talking about? We live in abundance, so it's not beneath me. We live in a world of abundance. It's people out here living their best life. So it's not far-fetched for somebody to want prosperity and abundance for the next person. I don't live in scarcity. I don't think that you niggas is out here trying to take the crumbs off of my motherfucking table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't live in that kind of mind state. I was just raised differently by different people. So, you know, with that being said, like I said, look out for us in Houston. We're gonna be coming out there the second weekend of June, right? Look out for us in Newark and Philadelphia, Black and Nobel, July. Look out for us in Hollywood. I mean in Las Vegas. I mean in Los Angeles. I'm sorry, Los Angeles. The end of June, I believe. In the end of June, Los Angeles. Look out for us there. And the other dates I'll let you know about. But that's what's going on right now. I'll let you know about other things that are popping up. Okay? Yeah. Blue Pill will be in Atlanta this weekend. I don't know what day we're gonna be doing our lecture in Atlanta. I'll let you know about that. It's gonna be one day this summer. Blue Pill will be at the Malcolm X Fest this weekend. KT the Arch Degree is out there. Mama Pill. If you see either one of them, tell them that I sent you. Go and say hi. Let yourself, you know, they're very sociable. Mama Pill, Blue Pill, KT. Everybody's a people person. So, you know, don't feel shy. Don't feel like niggas is Hollywood and you can't say nothing. Show love because we sitting here talking into these phones showing love. I don't, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not acting bougie, you know what I mean? I'm talking to you, so talk to me. Talk black to me. You know? All of my Cash App people, all of the people who signed up for facts2020.org, all of my Patreons, Patreon /Red Pillar. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody that's buying the Bill Bixby single off of the streaming networks and the streaming services, I respect you, love and light. Everybody that's supporting Kings County, I respect you, love and light. We're gonna have a jacket similar to this, but this was a one. This was they only made like I only made like 10 of these, and the supplier sold out and whatnot. So this one particularly I don't know about, but we'll have the camouflage Kings County. Check check us out. We got some new stuff on the website. We got some new T-shirts, some new colors and whatnot. Go and check that out. Thank you, Michael, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Okay? And we'll see you on Melanin Monday. All right? Pull up for Melanin Monday. You already know. I'm sure that's going to be a movie. Okay? And yeah, get your Garvey camo. Get all of that. You know what I'm saying? Get all of that. All right? But please take advantage of today. Take advantage of tomorrow. Be very careful out there. Like I said, Capricorn, Pluto, and Retro, you see what's going on in the rap world. Them niggas is going crazy, shooting at each other, trying to kill each other. That's all that planetary influence of Saturn and Pluto. This is a very you got to be careful with this window open, because you could get your shit pushed back, meaning that you could get your shit hit up, meaning that you could get Swiss cheese in these streets, because that death energy is very strong. It's in reflection. So you want to steer clear of any kind of confrontations. Okay, you see they out here shooting at each other, going crazy. That's all planetary influences. So you wanna focus on inside, focus on inner work. Don't be all into everybody's business. Stay out of people's business. You feel me? Stay out of fucking people's business. Worry about yourself right now. That's what you should be doing. All right. So with that being said,